Hello and welcome to Carlos and Lisa. I'm Lisa Rebel.
And I'm Carlos Amesco. It's nice to have you with us. Shall we talk politics?
I know that's what you guys want to hear about.
I love talking politics because it's so interesting. And the question is, looks like the Republican parties in 4 states are going to be canceling. The Republicans are canceling their 2020 GOP primary elections and caucuses.
We're talking about South Carolina, Nevada, Kansas, Arizona, and probably a few others to follow.
Okay, so here's the strategy. This is what they're saying out there. That's to cut off the oxygen to anyone challenging President Trump, okay? There's some long shot primary challengers there that people think that are just, I don't know why they're even trying against Trump, but anyway, they're doing it. Representatives from the state Republican Party say that this is all in an effort to save money on an election with an incumbent president.
Okay, so you probably are wondering, who are these long shot GOP challengers? These are the guys that are running in the Republican Party. They, you know, they could make waves. We're talking about former Governor Mark Sanford of South Carolina, of course, former representative from Illinois, turned radio host Joe Walsh, former governor of Massachusetts turned businessman Bill Weld.
Okay, so there we go. I like
Those
that.
are that.
Okay, so Lisa has just delineated their names, said the names very respectfully.
Yeah.
So let's see what President Trump tweeted. This cracked me up when I read it.
All right.
There you go, vintage Trump. Can you believe it? I am at 94% approval in the Republican Party and have 3 stooges running against me. One is Mr. Appalachian Trail, who was actually in Argentina for bad reasons.
He goes on to say, another is a one-time bad congressman from Illinois who lost in his second term by a landslide, then failed in radio. The third is a man who couldn't stand up straight while receiving an award. I should be able to take him.
16,000 retweets.
Oh, that's just like when I got the screenshot. I mean, it's probably going to get worse.
More than that. Well, so what about the state of California? Will the Republican Party in our state follow suit?
Joining us to talk about it is our political analyst, 4-time California State Assemblyman Mike Gatto. He is here. Hi, Mike.
Great to see you, Lisa. Hi, Carlos.
It's not so great to see me.
Yeah.
Thanks very much. What are you, following in the footsteps of Donald Trump?
Yeah, right.
Now, listen, it's great to have you here.
Yeah.
So, what do you make of those tweets? It sounds like he's an equal opportunity offender.
With all the dignity of George Washington,
Yeah.
right? I mean, not things that we ever expected a president to do a few years ago, but I think there's a kernel of truth to him, right? He can take these guys running so far.
All right, so let's talk about the strategy of the GOP canceling these primaries and the caucuses. What is that strategy? What's the reality of it?
Well, people out there tend to think about elections as, well, this is this unitary election. I got my ballot pamphlet, and this is all one big election. But they forget that primaries are actually run by the parties. And the parties have the ability to pick their candidates as they choose. And so what these Republican parties are doing is they are saying, we're going to have a caucus, or we're going to pick the delegates some other way, and this is how we're going to elect our candidate for the president in this state.
This has happened before where states say we're not going to do a primary. It happened during Bill Clinton's election. It happened during H.W. Bush's election. So this is not uncommon.
It's not. I mean, I think there's a lot of people out there who are saying this is some fix-it. I'm sure that's part of it. This is politics. But in reality, states do this all the time to save money.
All right. So what does that mean for the GOP in the state of California?
Huge angle in California. Glad you asked, because in California, there was a bill that passed. My former colleagues in the state legislature passed a bill last year to demand that any candidate for president has to turn over their tax returns to the state of California. Yes. I don't know who they're trying to get at here, but if that candidate does not turn over their tax returns, that candidate cannot appear on the ballot.
But what does that mean? Like, we already know the president is not going to give up his tax returns. He's not going to do it. So we already know that. So other than a dig at him, what is that going to do to anything? Well,
so the California Republican Party has indicated that it's going to follow suit, just like these other states, and it's going to cancel the Republican Party for president in California, and it's going to just merely hold a caucus or something and nominate Donald Trump. That's what they've indicated. So this buys him some time, so he doesn't have to really worry about the primary so much, but it buys him some time, so hopefully, well, in their mind, he can get on the November ballot.
Is there any litigation going to be associated with this?
Oh, there's a ton of litigation.
So, what's the deal?
Yeah.
So, this seems like something that, that the governor wanted to do just to get it at Donald Trump. So Donald Trump is suing for this. And so what's going to be the end game here?
Well, the end game is that, it's not so much just who's on the ballot. I think everybody figures out that Donald Trump's probably going to be renominated. But so much of the ballot is driven by who do you excite? Who is at the top of the ballot, who excites a base, and then how do they vote on other stuff? That can have ramifications for who gets to take back the House of Representatives, which ballot propositions win, which down ballot candidates win. And if you keep a candidate off the ballot, it could have profound ramifications on who else gets elected.
That is
You're right,
interesting.
yeah.
Okay, so I want to talk about those three people, those three GOP challengers, these kind of very long shot, guys that are running for president. What does this do to them in those states?
Well, it makes it very, very hard for them to get the critical mass. But I'll tell you, I mean, the last time there was a situation like this, a lot of people draw parallels to the early 70s to the late 60s. Don't forget, 1968, you had President Lyndon Johnson. He was tired of the people outside of his window saying, hey, LBJ, how many kids did you kill today? And there started to be these challengers who emerged. And first it was a few no-name candidates, and then all of a sudden it was Bobby Kennedy, and he quit. He at some point said, you know what, I'm done. So I think that's the logic. I think these smaller GOP candidates are trying to get in the race on the theory that things will collapse and maybe they'll have a shot.
Don't they know who they're
Yeah, I was
dealing
just
with?
going to say, that seems like a real far-fetched idea.
Donald Trump is not LBJ, number one. And he's not even Richard Nixon. I mean,
Right.
Richard Nixon was, there's nothing to dynamite
quit.
Donald Trump out of that spot. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's a fellow with such a big ego that the only way he would ever quit from that job was if some poll emerged that said he was going to lose. He would then declare victory and move on. He'd say, I've solved everything in this country, everything is done,
I'm the
everything's
greatest
great.
president that ever
I'm the
lived,
great-
yeah.
and I'm
I don't
done.
have anything else to do.
Nothing else to do.
Nothing else to do. Okay, so I want to just go back real quick to primaries in general, just in case people are kind of just voting for the first time or perhaps wanting to get involved in the process for the very first time. Let's talk about what happens in a primary.
So primary is simply the election where the parties get together. It used to be just the parties. Some states like California have opened up all primaries to people of any political
Any
party.
political affiliation.
But all you're doing is nominating who's going to be on the November ballot. So I mean, it's clear as day for the Democratic system that there's 20 candidates and one of them will make it to run against Donald Trump. But in theory, the Republican Party is going through the same thing. Even though they've got a sitting president, any Republican can run for president. So,
Is the registrar of voters involved in all of this?
yeah, so there is an added step and there's added legality that occurs whenever a party does submit to the voters. Then you have to follow all the rules. I mean, a party
Right.
would obviously not be allowed to.
But not in caucuses and things. That's,
right.
that's a private
Caucuses-
party
caucuses
thing. Right?
is
Yeah.
a party thing. And, that's how Iowa chooses its, they've got a long tradition. If it's a caucus, you got to show up to a place. And the ballots are not coming to your house, and there's not polling places. You have to show up to a designated caucus spot and affirmatively vote for your candidate.
Right.
When we are talking about, I want to talk about what happens in California with our primary for the Democrats, because we are now having our primary early.
Yes,
what does that
we are
implicate?
relevant.
Yeah, well, I
First time
know.
in
We've
a
talked
long, long
about
time.
it.
We
We've
are
talked about it with our the Democrat Party chair here in
Right.
Los Angeles County. We talked about it, but I want to hear the strategy on why that's important. And for the Democrats, California is always kind of just a gimme.
Sure.
So why now? And what's the strategy?
Well, there's always been this cat and mouse game that California has played with the early primary states. I mean, it's my entire time in politics, it's always happened. We would move our primary, and then Iowa or New Hampshire would move it farther. And it was getting to the point where, the primaries would be held like 2 years in advance, right? And so at some point we gave up. But then all of a sudden we said, well, let's try this one more time. We moved our primary into March. And that happened to coincide with this year where we've got a whole lot of candidates running. So it's not going to be decided by March. So for the first time in recent memory, California is not just going to be an ATM for presidential candidates. We are actually going to be relevant.
Well, okay, so let's talk about the ATM, because this is a place where a lot of money is raised for the national. So whatever the Democrats want their politicians to do, or what their presidential candidates to do, will they do it? Do they listen to Californians, even though this is the piggy bank?
Yeah, yes and no. I mean, I would argue that there's definitely cases to be made, right? The old saying, as the coasts go, so go the nation. New York, California, we set the agenda. But I think there's a lot of people this year who are arguing that California is a little bit out of touch with the states that the Democratic Party needs to win to recapture the White House. What a voter in rural Pennsylvania might feel might be different than the average voter in Beverly Hills. So that right there, you hit on the exact battle for the soul of the Democratic Party that's going on right now.
Lastly, I want to know, Do you anticipate any other states? I mean, people are saying that there are going to be other states that will cancel this the GOP primary. Do you anticipate other states? Do you as well?
Yeah, I think
besides
there will
those
be
four?
one or two. It'll be the states where, you know, if you believe the conspiracy theory, it'll be the states where his challengers have the best shots. But in the states where he's very popular,
It doesn't matter.
blast away, right? I mean, I'm sure he feels like he'll do just fine.
I actually don't see any of those guys having even
A remote shot.
Snowballs chance.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Mike, thanks
right,
very much
thank
for being
you,
here.
Mike, for being
Appreciate your
here.
insight.
Still ahead, a beautiful gift that also helps others. We'll tell you about it next.
Cracker Barrel makes every meal one to remember, with favorites like Sunday home-style chicken now available every day. And our new sweet and smoky home-style chicken BLT for $8.99. Come on home to Scratch Made. Come on home to Cracker Barrel.
Boo!
I'm sorry for what I did to your face.
All good. Have a break. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
Lash Sensational Mascara from Maybelline, New York. Makes every lash fully sensational. Our fanning brush volumizes every kind of lash. For sensational full fan effect. Lash Sensational, only from Maybelline, New York.
You can never get too close with clean and healthy skin. That's why Dial's Silk Moisture Body Washes with rich silk serum give you your softest skin. Always ready to get closer. Dial. Healthier skin, healthier us.
I lived all over the country. I've lived in New York, I've lived in the Rocky Mountains. I come back home and it feels like home. I like the energy of Southern California. There's something really special about it. The air, the sunshine, the ocean, the beaches, even the city. When I walk on the beach, when my feet touch the water, there's something really special about connecting with things that have been very familiar my entire life.
Broken air conditioner? That could be a $4,400 bill you weren't expecting. Fridge on the fritz? That could cost you $2,500. Get the First American Home Warranty Plan. And when a covered item breaks, call or click. That's it. And we'll repair or replace it for you. Why let a major system or appliance breakdown bust your budget? Or go through the hassle of trying to find trustworthy service people?
If you don't have First American Warranty, get it.
Call 1-800-590-4149.
Need insurance? SelectQuote found Jacob 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And SelectQuote found his wife Wendy a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
Our secret? At SelectQuote, we aggressively comparison shop up to 10 highly rated companies to find you the company with the best rates. Why pay more? Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford. SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
A local jewelry shop is bringing back the locket in a modern and affordable way and giving back to charity at the same time. Jen Hurlis from A Token Of is joining us. Hi, Jen.
Hi.
So I am wearing one of your fabulous lockets.
Yep.
This is not the locket that I remember when I was a kid.
No.
Tell me why and what I'm wearing and why you designed it this way.
So I have a business partner, and she came to me and said that she was looking for a locket for her niece and could not find one that was modern. They just didn't exist.
They were like big and bulky.
Right, or they all had like a vintage feel, or they were the heart shaped, what everybody knows. And so we just decided that we were going to make a locket. We were going to bring the locket back, and we were going to make it modern.
Okay, and so tell me about what it is. What am I wearing? Tell me about how it works.
So each locket that we designed, we decided when we did this we wanted to give back. We wanted to make sure that we did something that was meaningful, because lockets are a meaningful piece of jewelry. And you know, people put a picture in it or whatever, but we also wanted to make sure that the purchase was meaningful. So we linked every single locket to a different charity. So so every locket has a different symbol and virtue, and it's linked to a different charity.
Give me some of the examples.
Okay, so what you're wearing
What
is
am I wearing?
our gratitude locket.
Okay.
And that gives 10% back of our proceeds go to Operation Gratitude.
Sweet.
And inside each locket, it has the words engraved of what it means. So when somebody gets it as a gift, it says a token of gratitude. So that's the gratitude locket.
How sweet. And you are wearing?
I am also wearing Gratitude. This one is Gratitude also. I'm also wearing the Gratitude.
Got it, got it.
Our Gratitude piece is a little bit more high fashion because it has the diamond in it and the French enamel, right? So it's a little bit. These lockets that you'll show later, I think at the end of the show, all of those are a different symbol. They're a little bit smaller of a locket, but we also solved the problem of putting the photo in the locket. On our website, you can upload a photo right from your phone, and either we can put it in there for you or you can put it in yourself, and it goes right to the exact
So much easier because it's kind of tiny.
Yeah.
But this way, it's in there. I mean, it's in there for sure, and I can totally see it. How cute is this? So this, and then it just shuts, and it's just like this little disc, and it's not that huge, bulky thing I remember. Is that a diamond on the back?
Yes. So we kind of also designed them so they could be reversible. So we have a lot of different chain options, and they could be worn either with the symbol on the front or the diamond on the back.
Very sweet. Okay, and I understand that this is a newbie.
Okay, so this is brand new, actually launched this week. It's actually our man locket. It's a locket for men. It comes on either the chain or a cord. Our charity that we're working with is Direct Relief out of Santa Barbara. They're actually right now working with Hurricane Dorian. They're actually in the Bahamas trying to help people. So yeah, that's our man locket.
And so, of course, and it's a man locket, so you can open it up too here and then shut it like that. Yeah. How cute is that? Okay,
Thank you.
so what are we talking price point?
Okay, so all of our lockets are in the price point of about $150 to $400.
Okay, depending on
the chain, depending on which locket that you pick,
size, all that other stuff. Yeah, but it's a great gift, and lockets are always so sentimental and so sweet. So not only can you get it from you, but then you can also have you print the picture and put it in there.
Yeah. So when people order it from us, they get it in a box that says a token of. And it says what the symbol is, whether it's gratitude, harmony, empathy, kindness, and then they're all linked to a charity as well.
And then you guys take proceeds of that and give it to the charity.
Correct.
Very sweet. All right. Well, I appreciate you coming in, Jen. These are beautiful. Thank you for letting me wear this for this fabulous segment. I love this little necklace. It's great. Good. And the chains are cute too.
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah, we like the fun chains. Yeah.
Yeah, they're really cute. All right. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Coming up, he's in his second season of a podcast to help connect people through travel. From CEOs to celebrities, hear why they travel.
Performance is your profession. You excel in bringing the best out of people and teams to discover their true potential, but you strive to take the next step in your career. GCU's PhD in Performance Psychology online degree program gives you the tools you need to elevate your performance to the next level and do it all within your tight schedule. When human excellence meets cutting-edge technology, business advances.
Find your purpose at GCU, where advanced technologies drive education. Private, Christian, affordable, nonprofit. Visit gcu.edu/online.
Now, All Day Matte goes crayon easy. New Superstay Ink Crayon from Maybelline, New York. Precision tip, up to 8-hour wear. Draw on, All Day Matte Intensity. New Superstay Ink Crayon, only from Maybelline, New York.
You're not holding it by the legs, are you?
No, I'm not.
Gorilla Glue.
Of course. Gorilla Glue is incredibly strong and versatile, even outdoors, for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
For me, this is the dream. Going back to the roots of journalism and storytelling, truthful, serious, thoughtful, but fun. I was born and raised in Temple City. Loved it here. I went to high school in La Cañada. My family's here. I have always wanted to come home.
Attention, those who have used Monsanto's Roundup weed killer in a commercial setting and developed non-Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer. In the past year, juries have decided that Roundup weed killer caused plaintiffs to develop non-Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer. If you or someone you know were exposed to the weed killer Roundup in a commercial setting and later developed non-Hodgkin's lymphoma cancer, call us right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation. Call now, 800-318-9511.
Broken air conditioner? That could be a $4,400 bill you weren't expecting. Fridge on the fritz? That could cost you $2,500. Get the First American Home Warranty Plan. And when a covered item breaks, call or click. That's it. And we'll repair or replace it for you. Why let a major system or appliance breakdown bust your budget? Or go through the hassle of trying to find trustworthy service people?
If you don't have First American warranty, get it.
Call 1-800-590-4149.
He has begun the second season of his podcast, Travel with Meaning. Our friend Mike Scheibel is here to tell us what we can expect.
Good to see you, Carlos.
Travel with Meaning, where did that come from?
Travel with meaning to me is like meaning is whatever you want it to be. You can go to Peru, I can go to Peru. We have different experiences. As long as we go and we get to have something that moves, touches, inspires us, to come back really feeling elevated in our home, in our life, to want to make a difference in our community or whatever else we choose. Travel does that.
Yeah, travel does open your mind and open your eyes to a lot of different things. And so who do you talk to in your podcast?
So it's my belief and my theory really that no matter who you are, you're an athlete, an actor, CEO, a chef, newscaster, travel's affected you some way, shape, or form in your life, your career. So I talk to the people who you wouldn't really think about are in travel, to hear those stories that really impacted their life, their career.
Yeah, like, I ran into a bunch of Vikings drinking Dom Perignon one afternoon, and I went, these guys know how to have fun. So we just sat down with them, started, we didn't know any of them. We just started playing. It was fantastic, and that's right. That's the kind of thing that you would never expect to find, say, in Van Nuys, California.
Exactly.
But you never know.
You never know. We've had everyone from rapper Red Foo, who was on LMFAO, or renowned architect David Hertz. And then season 2, we start to really expand into, I guess, more known people. We have Ben Higgins, who was The Bachelor. We have former professional snowboarders, surfers, people that really travel the world and get to start to share these stories that really change them.
How do you travel?
How do I travel as far as me?
What do you do when you travel? Are you adventurous? Do you like physical travel, or do you like comfortable travel? Because I guess there's an adventurous travel,
Yeah, absolutely. Some days I love to camp. I love just be out in nature. Other days I'm okay just to have room service and chill out. So I think it just depends on where I am. To me, it's all about just going and experiencing culture.
Yeah.
As long as I can dive in and be like a local, that feels good to me. So and you'll hear a lot about that in season 2, and I have to mention actually. Season 2 is inspired by Dosist, which is our big sponsor for season 2, which is all around wellness, because I truly believe that travel really creates wellness. And it's one of those things that I need to do to recharge, refocus, re-energize my life.
So do you, so let's say, for example, you want to recharge, and you think, most people would think, let's get up into the mountains of fresh air, the clean air. Other people think Cairo, Egypt. Right? Like it would be such a shock to your senses that it changes your brain. How do you see that?
Well, I think to each his own. I think that's really important to say, because I think the people who go and realize how good they have it, maybe they go to a Cairo, maybe they go to Haiti, maybe they go somewhere that is completely out of their norm.
Yeah.
That's definitely going to shift them. But getting into the mountains or going to the beach, getting into nature, it's always a great way to be.
So are you into wellness yourself?
Absolutely. I mean, I like to take care of myself. I mean, wouldn't that be weird if I was like, no, absolutely not. I'd rather just be in a terrible shape or my mind totally racing. I'm about being present. And I think that's what travel has really taught me, is we like to overthink what's happened or what's going to happen. Travel truly allows us to be in that moment and enjoying those things along the way.
Where's your favorite places to go?
How much time do we really have?
Yeah, we got a couple minutes.
I love New Zealand. I love Bali. I love anywhere.
Two places I haven't gone, still on my bucket list.
We got to get you there.
Yeah, no, I'd love to go to New Zealand. Bali is. I'm not a big fan of the tropics. I'm more of a cold weather guy.
Okay.
So New Zealand, the Highlands would really appeal to me. Scotland would appeal to me.
Scotland's fantastic.
Highlands of Peru. Like you mentioned Peru, Machu Picchu. I'd love to go there.
We got to do this Machu Picchu trek. We keep talking about Machu Picchu.
Yeah, I know. I know you can train up, hike part of the way, and but I'd have to be in shape to do that, and that's not going to happen real quick. So I have to work on it. I've got to think like you think.
Right, but I think if you know you have that end result, that goal in mind of to get to Machu Picchu, I think you put the work in.
That would be great. Okay, again, the podcast is where can we find it?
The podcast is Travel with Meaning. You can find it anywhere you get your podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Breaker, anywhere the podcasts are found.
Sponsored by?
Sponsored by, inspired by Dosist for season 2, Open Road Bound.
Check out Mike Scheibel right there on the podcast. Good to have you here.
See you on the open road.
Happy travels.
Tomorrow on Carlos and Lisa, he says most people are exercising the wrong way. How he's helping you find the right way to exercise for your body type.
Cracker Barrel makes every meal one to remember. with favorites like Sunday homestyle chicken now available every day. And our new sweet and smoky homestyle chicken BLT for $8.99. Come on home to Scratch Made. Come on home to Cracker Barrel.
Is it too early to start celebrating Halloween? Well, if you're celebrating by eating Reese's, then no. You're actually late. Not sorry, Reese's.
Now, lightweight flawless coverage plus SPF 50. New Dream Urban Cover Foundation from Maybelline, New York. SPF 50 and pollution protection. It's our most protective foundation. New Dream Urban Cover, only from Maybelline, New York.
You can never get too close with clean and healthy skin. That's why Dial's Silk Moisture Body Washes with rich silk serum give you your softest skin. Always ready to get closer. Dial. Healthier skin, healthier us.
Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, and blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost, shipped directly to your home for free. These medical-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, arthritis, spinal disorders, and other chronic back problems. Will you qualify for a medical-grade back brace?
Call Back Brace America at 1-800-290-8300.
We are the dreamers.
We changed the world.
Because we don't give up.
IU can help you live your dream.
IU is an online college, so your campus is wherever you want it to be.
Take classes when you want to take classes.
You receive the tools you need at no extra cost.
Even a brand new laptop and tablet to use in school.
Call IU. Then tell them your dream.
Call 1-800-518-1032. That's 1-800-518-1032.
All right, Carlos.
Yes.
Awards season is upon us.
Can you believe it already? Here we go. Emmys.
This weekend.
Coming up, yeah.
This weekend. Okay, I love TV. I love to watch.
You watch a lot of TV.
I watch a ton of television.
You know what I watch? Nothing. I watch
You
soccer.
watch soccer.
And I watch football.
And I watch everything.
So do you watch Game of Thrones?
Of course.
Yeah, I've never seen a single episode.
You
I'm one of those.
are confused. So, of course, this was the last season of Game of Thrones, and everybody is expecting that Game of Thrones this year is going to clean up like they do every year.
So they're nominated?
Oh yeah, in many categories. So front runners, Game of Thrones, another front runner. One of my other favorites, Veep.
Yeah.
With Julia
Louis-Dreyfus.
Oh,
who I think is hilarious.
Have you ever watched?
I have
show?
watched that show. Yeah, she's amazing. She's so funny.
It's brilliantly written. If you haven't watched it, it's really great. And so those two really are kind of locks for this year.
Yeah. What about the rest of them?
There's a lot of other shows. I mean, there's a show called Succession on HBO that I have seen that is very well done. They're saying that that's really kind of close. And
I just don't get those channels, so I don't watch them. So,
Oh,
what happened to regular TV, like, ABC,
I don't
NBC,
know.
CBS,
It's so
Fox?
funny. All of the front runners are something that's either on HBO or Showtime or
Amazon, any of those, right?
Yeah, that's the other thing. And they're talking about a lot. This one I've never watched because I don't have Amazon. Is Fleabag.
I get Amazon. I get
Do
Amazon
you?
Prime.
Well,
yeah.
you need to watch that. Everybody's saying this Fleabag show is really awesome, and it might surprise a lot of people.
I mean, how do you feel about that? That these are television awards, but it's not really television because everybody's cut the cord and now we're watching streaming video.
But
is that the same?
Still television.
It's kind of like what we do here, right?
It's exactly. I think it's kind of the same.
Okay.
I mean, it's still coming through on your TV screen.
Next year we'll be getting an Emmy for our show.
Yes.
And the winner is
Carlos and Lisa.
Thank you very much. We'd like to thank all the little people who made this possible.
I'm going to start preparing my speech right now.
Thanks for being with us.